Oh. That is super funny, dude.
That is pretty ridiculous. Yeah, let me get that.
What? Yeah.
Just go for it. Hit him with the Christian. Today, Christian and I are going to be painting my old rusty calipers with some brand new, beautiful red caliper paint so that my car will look beautiful when we head out to SUBARU next month. After that, we're going to be changing out my old slim calipers for some brand new ceramic Hella brake pads so I can get the stopping power I need out on the rallycross track. You're watching Sometimes Racing. To get this job done today, Christian and I got all the tools laid out that we're gonna need. We've got a front and rear brake caliper tool. We got a typical tool set ready to go. We've got some PB just in case any nuts are a little tough. We got tons of brake cleaner. We got the fresh caliper paint. We've got brand new brake pads all around with hardware, and we have jack stands and a jack.
Oh.
What?
Oh. You can hear it crack.
Crumpling. It's okay.
Okay, were you sure? It just like feels wrong. Okay, so we're gonna be taking off the calipers. We're gonna be putting bags up so we don't get paint everywhere. We'll paint the calipers, and then once that's all dry, we will then put everything back together, including the new brake pads. Let's get this show on the road, baby. Okay, Gabe, we should talk about something. Oh.
I got it.
I got it. Okay, guys, to start the job, we're gonna need to pop off one bolt right here, and then the second caliper bolt right down in here. And then this should just slide off. And then we'll take the old ones out. We can show you guys how disgusting they are and how worn out they are. We'll paint them, wait for it to dry, and then put it all back together.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's how we roll. You.
Ooh, these are dirty. Dirty, dirty boy. Okay. Get some zip ties. Get this out of the way.
Yeah, could you give me a big zip tie?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Where to zip? Maybe I make an extra big zip tie.
Hey, can I get an extra big zip tie?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so basically what I'm going to be doing here is zip tying this so that the brake line doesn't rip itself out.
Okay, I've got this one out of the way. I gotta finish unscrewing this bolt down here.
Oh, okay, so these, for the second bracket, these are a 17 on the back instead of a 14.
Oh, weird. Mine are 14 still. All four of mine.
I got the big boy front brakes.
Do you have 4 bolts off?
No.
Wow, look at that was super nice. Look at. Look how adorable these brake pads are. They are so cute. These ones honestly aren't in rough shape, but I'm anticipating that the fronts are gonna be a lot worse. They're not too bad. These honestly have a bit of life left. Take a look, Chris.
I was going to say this front side too. They're not bad. Oh, those have some. Yeah.
They've got some.
These ones are definitely worse. So these are the old brake pads. Not super bad. Still got a little bit of life in them. You can definitely tell this one's way worse than this other one. But let's get back to work.
Can I take a look at that one? Let me look at how shredded.
It's funny how much worse that one is. Okay, now we're gonna start taking off these other 2 bolts to get the second bracket off.
Yeah, probably anyway.
What's that?
Do you think I just break this hardware off or what?
Yeah, what? Yeah.
Just go for it.
You guys break it off? You flipping? Okay.
Show us what's going on.
You guys have to see this, bro. Come take a look. I'm trying to take this nut off here, and my 17 socket is stuck in there.
Oh.
So now I gotta tighten it back on, and hopefully I can do the rest by hand. That is super funny, dude.
That is pretty ridiculous.
Because
Yeah,
I tried to take it off, and it popped, and I was like, huh? It's just...
Almost there.
That's really funny. I've never done that before.
Yeah, this is some pretty gnarly POV, but I think it might look good.
There we go. Okay, so we have this out of the way. We have our other brackets off to the side, ready for spray paint. I'm just gonna rip up this bag. I'm gonna cut it open, cover up what we don't want to get paint on. So I'm gonna be cleaning these off. I have some brake parts cleaner, maybe a brass brush or whatever, and some sandpaper. I'm not trying to get these perfect. I just wanna get as much gunk as I can off of them so that when we go to put the paint on, the paint actually wants to stay on.
Okay, so when I'm taping off this caliper, I'm gonna make sure that I'm taping off all of the areas that we don't wanna get any paint on. So that includes this rubber bushing down in here, these hoses I don't wanna get painted. So I'm gonna do a really good job and make sure that anywhere where we don't want paint is taped off so there's no paint. So we've got a lot of work done. We're basically all bagged up on this side. The other side's getting there. I'm gonna go ahead and start painting these calipers. A little bit nervous, I've never done this before. I'm gonna try to hold this cardboard behind it for the bits that I can't get just perfectly. Try not to overspray it too much, and hopefully it turns out looking pretty sweet. You can see what that red looks like on here. Looks pretty good. I think it'll look even better on that caliper. Okay, I think that's pretty solid. I'm gonna go ahead and move to this other side, let this dry for a little bit, and we'll come back and hit it with another layer in a little bit. Okay, I think this is a little oversprayed. Well, look, take the wheel off. Oh my goodness. It's not on this back one. Chris.
Here.
Bro.
What? If it falls, it'll catch. I mean, we don't have a choice. The other one's fine?
I'm going to go ahead and tape off these parts of these brake calipers that we don't want to get painted. So that includes these rubber grommets. They're really soft and malleable and they don't need to get any paint on them. And that'll ensure that we're only getting paint on the part of the caliper that we want to get paint on. Let's do it. Okay, I think this is looking pretty all right. We're gonna give it about 10 minutes. After that. Coming in for the second layer of paint. These calipers, hopefully they keep looking this good. think that's pretty solid. These all got a nice second layer of paint. We'll check back in 30 minutes. All right, Chris, how's it going?
I think it's looking pretty good.
I agree, that's looking pretty solid, man.
Done, the middle's done, you got the nub in the back, got the extra line.
Okay, will you cut this up for me?
Yep.
Okay, so for the last time we're bagging these up. I think this has probably been my least favorite part, you know, snapping the bolts is whatever. This is tedious work right here. Tedious work, and the thing is the inside of all these trays are so dirty that the tape doesn't really stick to it very well at all. It makes it a little bit difficult to know what it is that we're doing.
Okay guys, so we're just about to be finished taping up the rest of the bags. He's gonna paint this last caliper, and then we'll come back when everything's painted, everything's dried, and we can put the new pads in. Hopefully that's soon. Well,
it'll be in like at least an hour, something like that.
Yeah, so once we put the last layer of paint on, we have to let it sit for an hour. So this one will take 10, 20, 50 minutes, and then the hour. So, but it shouldn't be too bad. It's got a little bit longer, but we'll probably go do some cleanup, and we'll get back to you guys when everything's done. The paint on the calipers are finally dried. We have our new brackets in and our new brake pads. All that's going to be left is to put them onto the rotor. We're going to put the second half on, and then it'll be 4 bolts, put the wheel back on, and we're good as done.
In an effort to finish this job up, we need to deplete these pistons on these calipers. So what I'm doing is I'm holding this metal circle up against the calipers, and using a vice grip, I'm clamping it around and depleting them. And then you can see that this one is sticking out a lot more than this one is. So once these are depleted enough, I'm going to wrap it around our brake pad, and we'll be just about done. Hit him with the Christian. What is going on, racers? So it's been a couple of days since the last footage that you saw, and I'm just gonna show off how dope calipers are looking after we got that paint on. So let me go ahead and show you guys. So here's how they're looking. I could not be happier with how this turned out. I mean, they just look so good with the mud flaps right there, especially like since the wheels are all cleaned up. Like, God, they just look so nice. Let me show you the rear too. Boom, I mean, just so good. So stoked with how this job came out. Okay, I just want to say thanks so much for watching, guys. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next video.